Hey y'all, welcome back to the Nightmare Toys podcast. This is episode 41. I'm Dylan, and I'm joined with
Christy
and Brian.
And we are going to talk about one of my favorite movies of all time that about 10 other people have seen.
I don't know. I feel like since I posted, a lot of people have seen this, I think.
Yeah, and we were kind of talking before we started, but there's like a common story with people with this movie where they saw it when they were really young on HBO late at night, and it terrified them, and they couldn't remember what it was called, and they'd never seen it.
Right.
Because I think even people were replying to you saying like, "Oh, that's the movie. That's the movie that scared me a lot." And and it's funny because that really happens a lot, and that's how I found out about it. Not from watching it as a kid, because I didn't have HBO, but my close friend and business partner Zach, he was describing it to me, and he had that experience where he saw it like 2 times on HBO, and it just scared him so much, and he had nightmares and stuff, and he could never remember what it was called or find it, because again, it's not a popular movie. It was mid by HBO and another company, like an Australian company. Mm-hmm. They split the cost to make it, and it was released on TV in Australia and on HBO in America. And so it was wasn't in theaters ever, didn't have much distribution. This VHS is pretty hard to find. So it just, not a lot of people have ever heard about it. But yeah, a lot of people saw it on HBO, and it just scared them, and they couldn't remember what it was.
See, that's crazy to me, because as I said many times, I've watched a lot of my movies on HBO when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. I don't remember this one. I don't know, maybe it was just one I didn't think was a horror movie or something, so I just didn't try it out or watch it. I don't know, but I never heard of this movie until you said something about it.
Yeah, and I really never had HBO, so is there one channel, or are there a lot of HBO channels?
Well, back then it was just one HBO channel.
Right, okay. So I was just wondering, maybe it didn't, it probably still didn't get tagged as horror or whatever. It's usually adventure is when you see the genre of this movie, it'll be adventure. Okay.
Because I would get the HBO guide in the mail, and I would go through and see, okay, what horror movies are playing, and I'd highlight all the movies I knew I wanted to watch on HBO that month.
Yeah.
And it probably, like I said, it was on there obviously, but I just didn't know about it.
Back then it was HBO and Cinemax.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically.
Because there wasn't any Stars or.
Nope, it was just HBO and Cinemax.
I don't think Showtime was even around at that time.
Yeah.
So.
Nope.
Was Cinemax, or was it still Skinemax?
Oh, it was definitely
both.
HBO
had its
HBO was
so too, because
I
snuck those in.
Yeah, HBO was the midnight 1 o'clock hour. Cinemax was just put it on whatever.
Yeah, exactly what he said.
Hell yeah,
that's funny.
But yeah, anyways, like I said, it's one of my favorite movies. I hadn't seen it till maybe 4 or 5 years ago or so, not that long ago. Again, I had never heard of it. But being a gigantic mask nerd, it obviously resonates a lot with me for those reasons. But I guess before I get into it too much, what did y'all think of it? Because you just watched it for the first time yesterday, so I want to hear what you think about it.
I really liked it. I'm so glad that you chose this. I was kind of I don't know what this is, so I was kind of going into it, I'm not sure if I want to like this. No, I loved it. That was really good. There's a lot of things in this movie that wouldn't fly today, though.
Oh, yeah.
Her completely just getting undressed in front of a child.
All the kids getting undressed too.
Well, I know that, her doing it first with the one kid, and then all of them doing it and her just doing it like it's no big deal. And I was just like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then she had bra and panties on. Why didn't we just leave the bra on? We didn't have to take the bra off, did we? That was a little odd.
Yeah, it's odd, but and I don't know if it's really expressed very much in the movie, but in the book, it's very cold. So they can't get their clothes wet because they'll be freezing. So they have to have dry clothes on the other side. So they kind of do it. They put their clothes in the cases and try to keep them. I
get that.
So yeah, it's so I think that's the thing is they're freezing cold. And because it's winter in Australia or whatever, so Anyways.
But yeah. But I just thought that was just, I was like, a little odd, taken back by that,
It's weird.
It's weird. But shot beautifully. That's really pretty, that waterfall and the little watering hole that they're in. The
cave.
Yeah, the cave, all that, and the waterfall stuff. And then they get out and they see kangaroos. I was like, oh, cool, kangaroos, yay. Masks were cool. You were totally right about that. Masks are very cool. I tried to research them. I couldn't find too much or anything on the mask. I like to know more about them. So yeah, they were creepy with the mask. They weren't as creepy anymore when the masks were off, though.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, put the mask back on.
Yeah. Well, it's just the one main guy, the Father Christmas guy, that has the mask off because I think at the end it's still the cat guy still got his thing. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, the curly haired dude.
Yeah, the curly haired guy that's in with the spikes.
Yeah, and then he has the mask hanging out of his back pocket.
Yeah.
That's right.
I did get, I don't know, when I was watching it, I was thinking a little bit of Lord of the Flies just because of the kids and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Kind of a thing. I was thinking that, which I love that movie. I thought it was just fascinating. All of a sudden, they knew how to make a bunch of booby traps.
Yeah.
With nature. I was like, okay.
you buy it because of the kids, like who they are. Like they're like hunters, and like they're like growing up in like like super rural Australia. So like you kind of buy it,
And they show that in the beginning a little bit.
The kid kills the fox.
Right.
Yeah,
so
that's one of the coolest.
Guns and
that opening shot is so cool. It's like that really, really long tracking shot, and it's really dark. Like that, when you watch that, it's like, oh, this is a horror movie. It's not really a horror movie. I wouldn't call it a horror movie, but that opening shot is like very horror-y. It's very like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the way that it would move, but it's like so dark, and that tracking shot just keeps going and going and going, and the music is like really ominous, and then it's like the gun barrel, and you're like, oh my god, what is this? And then it's a kid holding the gun, and it sets it up for like the tone of the movie so well.
You're kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
what's gonna happen in this? I did think after that though, it was just a little bit slow, just for that little, maybe first 30 minutes or just a little bit. But after that,
you
wanted to
go right into it.
Well, no.
They get in.
They get into it.
It's like 10 minutes before the mask guys show up. But are you talking about it gets slow, like in the van and stuff?
Yeah, because, and then they're in the cave, and then they're trying to get out of the cave. All that's just kind of drawn out just a little bit.
They are in the cave a little too long.
Yeah. But it's not bothering me or anything, but I'm just saying it is a little slow at that point. And if anybody else is like, oh, this sucks, no, just keep going with the movie because it's really good. And then the ending, I think, is what grabs you on how they all act.
Yeah.
And react.
They're completely transformed, and they're like a unit now.
Yeah, they're like a whole, and then you're kind of thinking something different about them. Like, I want to know more about the teacher and the kids, and where's the parents, and what's going on here. Why are they all? I want to know more about all that. You don't get a whole lot of that backstory.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give it away, but that very ending shot of what's in the jar.
Yeah, it's so cool. And
but
the way that
I'll give it away.
Yeah. The way that maybe, I don't know, I guess maybe for this movie, because probably 1% of the people listening to this have actually seen it, maybe we should try to keep a little bit secret.
Because that really hits you.
That's like the best part of the movie, though, for me.
Yeah, well, just know that the ending's going to be really cool.
Just that effect that they have for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, but and I will say this too, like, without trying to give any too much away, they set it up really well. When the first scene in the classroom, and you see like all the like oddities and stuff that they have collected, like I think in the book it's called they have like a name for it, but it's like their science corner or whatever.
One's like
does it in the book?
Yeah. Again, I don't
want
to say too much, but
all the kids in the school and her. Does it tell more about all of that? Like, why are all these different aged kids in the same little school?
That's just because it's such a small town that it's just there's one school. There's only like within like 100 miles there's like 20 houses basically. So like so there's just, it's one school, it's like a schoolhouse, and those exist, and so it's just one teacher that teaches one class with kids ranging from like 6 to 16 basically. And so it's based, so the book by Gabrielle Lord is based on a couple actual like true events
stories,
or whatever. It's very different than the true story when you look it up. But basically, it was like one of those schoolhouses, just one class of kids and one female teacher were kidnapped, and they were left in a van for like a long time, and she broke out of the van. Basically, she like just kicked it for like hours until she was able to get out, and they escaped, and they went and they called, and that's like the end of that story. Is they just got away.
Yeah.
And so her idea with this was, if while they were escaping, if the kidnappers like returned basically, and they didn't get to safety and all that stuff, and so then it just keeps going, and then they go all Lord of the Flies on their ass at the end. I mean, we can say that, like, obviously, like, there's just little elements I don't want to necessarily give away because it's so cool, like, but like really they do go Lord of the Flies on their asses.
That emotional feel though that I don't want to give away to people. So.
And again, it just they set up the ending so well, and then they just execute it really well. And I will say this, like, I enjoyed the book. I also don't want to say too much stuff, but it's really, really a dream of mine to remake this movie sometime. And so I read the book hoping to find like a bunch more stuff that maybe wasn't included in the movie that I could like inject into it. And honestly, they did a really good job of adapting it. And kind of just making it better, and like they got rid of the stuff they didn't really need. They added stuff that helped the story a lot. So it's kind of like they already did a really good job. The main issue I have with the movie, like if it wasn't for this, I would say there's almost no reason to remake it at all, is the music. Okay. Like I said earlier, there's some ominous music in the beginning that's pretty cool, but for the most part, the music is like, if you imagine just like Cheerio, like snare drums marching, like yes. Like it's so like, what is this music? Why is it in this movie? It really pulls you out of it, and I'm like, oh, I'm watching a TV movie. I don't feel like I'm watching a TV movie until that music kicks in, and it's in a lot of the movie.
You're right. Mm-hmm. I didn't look at it that way until you're saying that, but you are so right. Yes.
It's and like, I guess just for myself, like if I can never get the rights and the funding to make this movie, I literally probably will go in and try to figure out a way to just rescore it just to watch for myself. Like, but that's hard obviously, because it's not like it's only music playing, you have all this like Foley and all the other audio going on and dialogue on top of the music. Like, I don't know, I'm sure that there's a way to just extrapolate that and then add, but I don't know how that works. So like, but again, that would literally just be for myself. I am usually pretty against remaking movies, especially movies that like you love. Like, it's already there, it's already made, why would you remake it? This one I want to do because of the music, but also no one knows about it, and it could be, we would do it take place in America. We could bring it to a U.S. audience, because it is, people in Australia like it's kind of a forgotten classic, but it is a little bit of like a classic in Australia, as far as I understand, just from what I read, like reviews from people and all that. So people in Australia do know about it, but it's just one of those things. It's old now, and it's Australian, and it's just kind of been looked over by the American audience, and people, I don't see it getting like a big resurgence, and all of a sudden people discovering it and like loving it. But I think it's so cool, the story's so good, the characters are so good, that if you modernized it a little bit and you remade it in like a Southern Gothic, like a really small town in America, I think that it could really take off.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's definitely worthy of an update.
Yeah,
so too.
Yeah,
it's a good story.
Yeah.
It's a good.
So, and again, like I have a lot of ideas for it. Like, it's something I've actually thought about a lot. It's not just like, oh, this would be cool. Like, it's something I really want to do. It's something that resonates with me a lot. It's a weird thing where like I've written some scripts, and they're all like really small town Southern Gothic crime, but like crime screenplays or movies or whatever, starring kids. And I'm obviously obsessed with Masks, and I was a teacher for 4 years, and I didn't know about this movie. And then when I discovered it, it was just like, and I make music and stuff, like I could do the music for it. Like, I really want to do it. Probably will never happen, because things cost money, obviously. But if there was no if I didn't have to pay for the rights, which obviously I will have to, you can make this movie for 10 or 20 grand easy, and with the right people. And so anyways, enough about my dream to remake this movie. We can get back to how cool the actual movie is.
Yeah. I would like someone to properly release it on Blu-ray. Whether it be Criterion or even Arrow, someone that would treat it with the respect and love that it should get.
I could see Shout Factory maybe picking it up, because it is, again, most people don't know about it, but the people that do are usually horror fans that saw it when they were a kid in HBO, or just they like masks or whatever. Like, it's a big mask nerd movie. Like mask nerds know about it, you know.
Yes. I would love for the masks to get made.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the masks?
So cool.
Do we know anything about the masks?
So yeah, they were all Cesar Masks. It's this company that made like pretty cheap vinyl masks. They weren't latex; they were like vinyl.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of masks, and mostly they did like political like type masks. You know, like what's the movie where the bank robbing and they're wearing like president masks?
Ronald Reagan mask.
Yeah, the Reagan mask.
Oh,
they made
Point Break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Point Break, right? Yeah. They made those masks too. They made a bunch of just like cheap masks that were actually used in a lot of movies, like for like bank robbers and stuff like that. Like it's like not just Point Break and not just that Reagan. Like there's other masks too. You know, I could be wrong. I probably shouldn't say this because someone will call me out. Never mind. I'm just going to skip that thought because I could be wrong. Well, I'll say it. I don't care. Someone tell me if I'm wrong. I think they made like the clear plastic mask for Alice, Sweet Alice.
Oh, okay.
I think they made that too. I could be wrong. But anyways, they made a bunch of masks, and they are so hard to find. They're like some of the rarest masks out there. The four from Fortress or whatever. The Reagan mask, there's like a lot of those ones out there you can get. Like Cash has one actually, but yeah. So there's a Santa mask, there's the cat mask, the mouse mask, and the duck mask. And the duck is my favorite.
Me too. I was about to say the same, and the duck is my
cool
favorite.
Yeah, it almost looked like a Howard the Duck mask.
Yeah.
But they painted it brown.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they did make some alterations to them, like the cat mask in the catalog has eyes. They cut those out. And the duck is just brown hair, but they like sprayed it with some red, which is really cool. It seems like the Father Christmas or the Santa Claus mask, they added more hair to it, but that could just be in the production. That particular one that they bought had more hair. Oh man, it hurts so bad when they destroy that mask.
I know.
It's like a car lover watching like Christine or something, and that happens to me too because I love that car in Christine. But like when you see something that you love and so rare being destroyed in a movie, how much it hurts.
They shot it, didn't they?
Yeah, they shot it and then they burn it. They rip it apart and they burn it. But yeah. So that's just so cool. Like when they go all crazy and they're like ripping it up, you just see them like slowly progress into these like crazed, you know, like animalistic kids. And it makes, because like they're not eating and they're not drinking, so they're all going like kind of wacky, you know.
Like, I'm ready to go home and watch TV. It's probably they kept talking about TV earlier in the movie, so
yeah, and you know, like they're injured, you know. It's just it's a really.
I do
movie.
like a good Santa mask though. I think Santa masks are creepy.
Yeah.
But the duck was my favorite. I was like, ooh, I like that duck.
Yeah. The duck's like the coolest one. The Santa one's the creepiest one, I'd say.
Yeah.
That's the scariest one. My friend Mikey Sevier has a really cool Santa mask that I think Ghoulish mass produced it actually, so you can get it for pretty cheap. It's probably his, and they have one that's all bloody.
Yeah.
That's his.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I like Santa masks. Brian, what'd you think?
So this was the second time for me watching it. There were some parts to where I kind of chuckled because, you know, it was just like when they go to the old couple's home.
Yeah, they just happen to be there, right?
And then they're just already there.
That made me chuckle too. I was like, what the heck?
That's scary. And it's why does that make you chuckle? I think it's scary, and there's only one house in like it's the only thing that they can see. There's one house with the lights on it. Like, that's where they would go, I think. I get hella defensive about forces.
But I'm just like they already have like them caught again, but then like, all right, it's not as funny because they abuse the older couple, but it's like, you know, how many times are you going to let them escape from you?
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, they're definitely incompetent.
Yeah.
Luckily, you know.
Yeah.
But no, like.
But then I don't know. There's also they're in the barn, I think, and the shotgun goes off, and then all the kids are like, "Oh my god, they killed Timmy," or whoever.
Tommy. Yeah.
Tommy.
That's close.
And I'm like, and then the teacher's like, "No, he's okay. He's fine. He just needs to rest." I'm like, he was just shot with a shotgun. The kid should be dead.
Right.
In the shoulder.
You got a lot of arteries in your shoulder.
It can happen.
Yeah, but you don't just die right away. If you get shot in the stomach by a shotgun, you're gonna die in like 24 hours. You don't just die, especially the shoulder though.
I don't know.
They put pressure on it. They put one of my favorite
I don't know.
parts.
It's just the kids are like.
One of my favorite parts is when she takes out the first aid kit and like looks at it. He has this like massively bloody shoulder, and she just like puts like a pad of gauze on it. Like she's like, "Oh, I'll take care of this." It's like, what do you don't know how to treat that wound? So she just like puts gauze on it.
And speaking of, I'm gonna go here with this movie. Did she ever figure out what to give old girl for her period? Because remember, she was about to go look, and then something else happened, and then they didn't.
No.
Yeah.
It was a weird moment when she said she started her period, and
she
needed something, and then she went to go look for something for her, and then other stuff started happening, and then they didn't go back.
Yeah, and I think and I think what it's supposed to be, and maybe it was explained a bit more in the book, but well, actually, it's not, because she's not the one who runs away in the book. It's a different girl that runs away. But in the movie, anyways, I feel like it is that. I feel like she's supposed to. She's like, she goes and she's like, Miss, I'm having, I got the curse.
Right, the
curse.
They
call it in Australia.
I love it.
And then so she's like, the teacher doesn't really do anything to help her. She's kind of just like, oh, well, deal with it, basically. And so she doesn't get the help that she needs, and then so that's why she's all scared and she runs away. But also she's scared because she's the other like girl there, basically, that and they're being obviously really creepy towards them, and so there's a lot of implications that they might abuse them. So like she's just scared, and so she doesn't know what to do, and she's a kid, so she like runs away. So I think that's kind of why they even brought the whole period thing into it, But yeah, so I guess she doesn't find anything for her, and that's why she kind of runs away. But But back to the.
It's a solid. Sorry, it is a solid movie.
They escape out of the cave, and so the only house that they can see for miles is one house. So like I can definitely assume that if the guys show up, they have the van, so they can move a lot faster than them. They're walking for hours through the woods trying to get to the one house that they can see. I think it's a safe assumption that they would be like, oh, they're not here. We can't find them. Let's go to the one place that they would go to, the only building in hundreds of miles or whatever. And so then they got there a lot sooner than them, And then they. So what the heck's funny? What's funny to you, Brian?
Never mind, Brian.
Just move along. Just move along.
Jeez.
It is a very solid movie.
Yeah, it is. It's really
and
good.
for one that's, like we said, now well known.
Yeah.
Got a 7 on IMDb. It's pretty good.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good.
So maybe someone should remake it.
Yeah, someone should.
Yep.
And if anyone out there has the money and wants to remake
producer.
this movie, you're making a mistake. You need to email me, moth@nightmaretoys.com, because I'm the person that needs to make this movie.
Well,
if you make it, it's not going to be as good as if I make it.
and the book. I doubt
the three
anybody
things
has
that
all
exist.
3. Yeah, I doubt anybody else has all 3. I don't know. Maybe
does.
somebody does, but
I know someone who has all the masks. I won't name drop, but
oh, really?
Yeah. Jealous.
Really? So
but
somebody
there's
has
probably that duck mask. There's probably like 2 in the
I bet
world,
I can guess
2 or
who
3.
it is.
Yeah, we all know who it is.
Okay, never mind.
But
I know who it is.
but yeah, like there's maybe 2 or 3 in the world of that duck mask. The Santa mask is super hard to find. I mean, they're all almost impossible to find. Take decades to look for them, and you got to have pull as well.
Yeah,
you got to have things
cool.
you can trade to get that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So,
I can imagine.
But anyways, yeah, it'd be so cool to not do those exact masks, but remake new versions of them. You know, like do like a Santa, a duck, a cat and a mouse, and produce a movie with new music and modernize it. So it's funny. It's like I wanted to do this movie because I love it so much, and almost no one knows about it.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe I should have kept it a little bit more of a secret.
Cat's out of the bag now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, now everyone's gonna go find it.
Yeah. So as far as finding it, there's two things you can do. You can watch it on YouTube, and it looks worse than my VHS copy. It's really, really bad quality.
It was very grainy.
You can go to Amazon and buy the DVD, and it's like $18. It's probably gonna go up because I already know that just you posting it, a few people have bought it.
Yeah.
I got my brother to buy it the other day, so it's probably gonna they're like, oh, we can make more money on this. But yeah, it's like $18 for a DVD. I know is a lot, but it's the only way that you can watch it with any decent quality.
Where'd you find the VHS?
eBay. Yeah. Good old eBay. But yeah, it's funny too. Cool. It's like, so let's just throw it out there. This is like the ugliest cover of all time. It
is ugly. Bad. It doesn't even tell you anything about the movie.
So
this is
bad.
Perfect.
It's like
I like the cover of the VHS.
I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's just a horror. Where's the light?
There's a scorpion and
there we go. Yeah, it's
shotgun
like
shells.
this horrible like 3D font, shotgun shells, a scorpion, like some plants, and then she's really faint in the background. I'm looking at the wrong. I'm looking at opposite on the screen, but she's like back there, like really faint, holding a shotgun, I think.
Well, I
or
would
just
say,
screaming. Just screaming. Terrible cover.
Were they not able to use the artwork?
I'm sure that they just thought that this was cool, because that's. Oh, I shouldn't be talking crap about anybody because they might own the rights for this movie, but they probably thought that this was marketable. You know how production companies distribute, like they probably just thought that this was cool looking, like, and they like people would buy it because it's like a cool action movie with. Yeah. But it's like, or we have like this, which again isn't the most amazing cover. Like they could do better things with it, but it's like she's holding a spear and we got two kids like holding spears. One of them's got a shirt off. It's like that.
It's more intriguing than the DVD.
Yeah, the VHS is more Lord of the Flies style.
Right.
Yeah, Lord
which
of the Flies.
I think I would watch it more from the VHS.
For sure.
From the DVD.
And like just like the font it's fine. Like this just looks so.
Looks like a video game.
But it's funny, but even so this VHS look at this. Fortress.
Oh wow!
It's just a white label. It says Fortress in black.
Awesome.
So that shows you how old it is.
Yeah, it's just like.
It came out in '85.
Yeah, the VHS came out in 1990. I don't think it had any distribution for 5 years. Yeah. Came out in '85. But again, it was only made for TV, and then so it got a really limited run of those VHS tapes in 1990. So yeah, 5 years ago. So again, 5 years later. So again, just it's very obscure movie, but it's really good. And
they call it an Australian exploitation movie, so it's what exploitation movie. I was like, okay, that's what I read. I was trying to read about it.
Yeah, I would say it's more thriller than horror.
Yeah, I can see it being a thriller.
There are horror elements. There are horror elements in it, but to me, it's more of a thriller.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely some scary moments in it, and one thing, a big difference between the book and the movie is the scene we were talking about earlier, where they have to swim to get out. In the book, they're going deep into the cave, and they find a river. And they have to cross the river, and it's like a really long chapter or two about crossing this little stream basically, and it's not nearly as intense as how they do it in the movie because they're having to swim underwater, and some of the kids can't swim, so she's trying to be the adult and take the kids across, but one of them flips out underwater, and there's the cave is right above them, so they try to go up, but so then one of the kids comes and grabs the girl, but then she's running out of breath because she's freaking out. She starts panicking, so then she just finds that little sliver of air at the top of the cave, that's pretty intense.
That I don't like that part. That's because
because drowning's scary.
I don't.
But another cool thing too, just kind of in that, what made me think of it was how like the kid is like no, like me and Tommy are great swimmers and like we're used to the cold, like just let us handle this, like you sit here and get dry, like it doesn't make any sense for you to do this, it makes sense for us to do this, calm down, yeah, you're the adult, whatever. But then when she kind of learns that lesson later, when he's holding the shotgun, you know, the kid is holding the shotgun, and she's like, give me the gun, and he like cocks it, like puts it back up, and she's like, better yet, you better hang on to that. Like, I don't know how to use that thing. But you clearly know what the heck you're doing, you know? So, like, she just kind of, like, learns that. So she starts to, like, they're always, like, looking up to her, and she's always trying to, like, be the big person. But then she starts to, like, learn, like, to let go of control. And they all just come together as, like, a unit. And, yeah, it's just really cool. Like, it's a really good arc. Like the beats of the story are all really good, and all that stuff is pretty much in the book. But like I said, I'm really like, I think it's awesome the adaptation. A lot of times, like you like the book more or whatever, and like I would say in this case, I like the movie more. But as far as like learning like about like the families and like the aftermath of it all, there's like a pretty long chapter in between, because like they kind of just jump from where they go all Lord of the Flies to them like reading outside, and then like the cops show up and that really awesome last scene happens. But in the book there's like a lot there's a lot more about the aftermath and the leading up to that and all that stuff.
All right.
But I like it the way that they did it in the movie.
Yeah,
I like just jumping to it. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good one.
Yeah, I like this one. I'm glad you picked that one.
Yeah,
I like
sorry, I know
about movies that people don't talk about.
Yeah, I know it's not a horror movie. I was worried you were gonna be mad at me because I picked not a horror movie. But
it goes with it. No, I mean it kind of goes with it though. What they did is horrific.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's definitely scary, and like I was saying earlier, like the common thread about this movie, if you've heard of it, 9 times out of 10, it's because you saw it as a kid and it really scared you.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying to me. So and the masks and stuff too. So
yeah. There's again, like mask nerds know about it, but who knows? Maybe there'll be like, because that's how H3, the shirt you're wearing right now, used to be. It was only mask nerds gave a shit about that movie, and then some merchandise came out for it, and then now everyone loves it. So maybe if Trick or Treat Studios decides to reproduce these 4 masks, then everyone will care about the movie.
This movie's going to get a giant resurgence just because of us.
I hope so.
Yeah,
it's
our
good,
100 listeners.
It's going to start playing on HBO
to go find
again.
other movies that they haven't seen or whatever, instead of talking about the same old movies all the time.
But who knows? Maybe there's someone listening to this or watching it right now that's like, I'm going to go check out that movie. And then they go and check it out, and they love it so much that they want to give me $100,000 to make it.
There you go. You never know. Put it on your Amazon wish list.
I just love how he went from 10 to 20,000 to 100,000.
No, well, here's the thing. I could, with the right people, I could make this movie for 10 grand and it would be good. I can make it for 20 and it'd be really good. But that's not including buying the rights. That's why I say 100 grand. But who knows? It might be $1 million, $2 million to buy the rights. I've never bought the rights to a movie. I don't really know how much that stuff costs.
Well, I'm saying like, maybe the writers like Stephen King, where they'll just be like, yeah, just give me $1.
Yeah, but it depends on who owns it. Like HBO might have the rights for it. The other Australian company, I think it's called Comcast or something like that, they might own it. The author might own it. Like, I don't know who I have to approach to make this movie, but I do want to do it. I'm super serious. So if you got money,
well, I was
hit me up.
Why don't you just email?
I will, but I'm gonna start the search. I'm getting really serious about it actually. So I'm like already started working on the script. So I want to have like a completed, polished script before I start approaching people, so that they know how serious I am and they can read it and all that. Yeah. So
I mean, with how old it is, I'm willing to bet the rights reverted back to the author by now.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
So I mean, I would say start with the author, and then they could probably lead you the right way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she might not respond to me. She's written like 25 novels, but she is alive. She's writing books still in Sydney, so I don't know.
There you go.
I'm a big fan. I know that I'm the right person to remake this movie. Like, that's the thing. Like if someone out there is already considering remaking this movie, you're making a mistake by not hiring me. I promise you.
I think someone would have already remade it by now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that stuff works. I don't know who owns it. But it's going to happen. But in the meantime, look how cool this disc looks.
with shotgun shells.
With the same cover and the UPC on there.
So we need a Blu-ray.
Yes.
That's what we're trying to say, too.
Yeah, this was put out by HBO Video. I can't see. Oh, in 2006. I bet you HBO still has the rights to it. But that's distribution. I don't know who has the rights to the script. And there's so many different. That's the thing with like trying to get Tots to remake the Masks. It's not the one person that they have to talk to. I'm sure there's the movie rights people. There's whoever owns the rights to the actual masks. Like Cesar or whatever. Like they're not a company anymore, as far as I know. But someone owns the rights to those things, and
a lot of research.
Yeah. But all right. Well, that's Fortress. I hope y'all watch it. I hope you like it. It's worth the blind buy. And it's Amazon, so if you don't like it, you can just return it. They're a $1 trillion company. Just buy it, and you can treat them like a rental house. It actually works. It's fine. You have 30 days to decide to return it, and then afterwards you have 30 more days to actually return it. So you can basically rent this movie for 60 days for $18. Fuck Amazon.
What he said.
Scamazon is what I call it.
Oh, my God.
Anyways. We got some cool shit here.
Brian,
Tiki Mugs.
Let's talk about Tiki Mugs. And Brian's going to pick the movie next week. We don't know what it's going to be, so he'll be in the hot seat next week.
I have no idea what it's going to be either. So I got some research to do.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, so rather than showing off toys, we're going to show off other collectibles that we all love dearly, and that'd be Tiki Mugs.
Yes.
If you've talked to myself or Dylan in the store, you've probably heard us talking about the tiki bars here in the city because, well, we love them very much.
Tiki.
Yeah,
yes.
Tiki. So we started collecting, bringing in Tiki Mugs, and I'm sure we'll bring more in as they become available.
Yep. I ordered more. They're just not here yet. So, but we have Evil Dead 2, I think. Is that the Evil Dead with Ash and the chainsaw. We have a very fun Elvira, and my personal favorite, the Creep Show.
That
one's so
Creep.
Cool looking.
I love the fact that he's just holding the magazine.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's an interesting cover that they chose for the comic book too, because it's based on I think it was Weird Tales or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a sci-fi, like alien space chick comic. It's a famous comic.
It is.
I have no idea why they used that one and not like the Creep Show one.
Right.
It's cool. I like it. I like that comic and everything. The cover's really popular, but it's like weird. It has nothing to do with Creep Show. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they have the rights to Creep Show. You would think that'd be the one that they could use.
Maybe they have like the rights for like the design itself, but not the actual comics.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know how they work.
Geeky Tikis and out.
Yeah, but but I'm really happy that we started bringing these in because I think the Tiki Mugs, they've definitely been growing and growing as collectibles as time has gone on. We just saw Cavity Colors release that awesome Tarman Tiki, and
I'm waiting on mine still. I ordered the shirt too, and I haven't gotten mine because I ordered a shirt, so I'm thinking they're waiting for the shirt to come in before they send me my mug. But Philip ordered a couple of them. He already got them. They're really cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah,
very cool. One. Yeah, I got a big old Tiki mug collection now.
Yeah, so they're
how much are they all about the same price?
Yeah, I would say they're $29.99.
Okay, cool. And we also have the Mummy and Gizmo from Gremlins as well.
Wolfman.
We have Wolfman.
Yeah,
and we don't have Gremlins.
We have Wolfman and Gremlins, no Mummy.
Oh, I thought it was
sold out.
Oh, I thought it was a Mummy. Oh,
yeah, so and those ones are made by Mondo Tikis.
Yeah, so those ones are more expensive.
Okay.
The Gremlins one is cool because it's 3 Tikis, right?
Yeah, it's a stacker.
Yeah, it's a stacker. So if you're into delicious fruity drinks, which we don't judge because some of them are very delicious, you can now start collecting these.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like my hobby now. Is making tiki drinks. Like I've kind of got obsessed with it. So I was growing my tiki mug collection, and that was like getting really intense. And so the next step was like growing my rum collection. So I have like a pretty like big bars worth of rum now and stuff. And so like that's what I do is I like make tiki drinks and all that. And I'm gonna make one for the restaurant.
Yeah.
I talked to Corey.
Heck
Corey
yeah.
wants me to make one. So last night actually I did like 3 different drinks and I like landed on my favorite concoction.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's gonna be cool.
You should design your own tiki mug.
I really want to. Yeah, that's a big thing I want to get into is making tiki mugs. My friend Mike Biggs, he lives here in town. He makes really awesome tiki mugs. Like he makes like runs of like a certain number and they sell out in like a second. Like he's one of those dudes. And but he also knows how to like he has a route for like getting them made in China, getting them mass produced and all that as well. Like he makes them himself, sells them for a lot of money, but he also makes other ones. I have some of those. But it's really involved because you have to make like at least like a 5-piece mold. Like I mean I don't know how technical we want to get on this thing right now, but like like if you did a mask you would just do like a 2-piece mold, but with the tiki mug you have to do like 4 pieces here and the bottom basically, and they all got to fit together. And then like every single casting that you do is like slip cast. You have to clean it before you fire it, and you got to paint it and fire it in between layers and stuff. It's really intense to make them but I really want to do it. I want to make like a zombie tiki mug.
That'd
And then
be cool.
so maybe it can go with my drink in the future.
Shelly Moth edition.
Yeah, Trader Moth. That's what I'm calling it. Trader Moth's zombie something.
I did order some Beetlejuice ones that haven't came in yet. They're Entertainment Earth exclusives, and it's Adam and Barbara. It's not Beetlejuice. It's Adam and Barbara. No, they're separate. It's not a two-pack.
Adam and Barbara as the Transformed?
Yes, Transformed.
Yeah.
And that's the tiki mugs. So I ordered
that's
those
cool.
two, so we haven't gotten those in yet.
Yeah, I was there's a lot of cool ones out there. I wish I could afford all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can't get into
it gets
now.
it will get expensive.
Yeah. One cool thing with the tiki community though is if you join the groups and stuff on Facebook, like we're really into trading more than selling, because like people are always trying to like they're looking for this one like elusive mug, and so they'll post like, hey, I'm looking for this mug, I have these 6 mugs, you can take your pick, or maybe take 2 of these for one of those or whatever. So like, and then like another thing too is like with tiki mugs, they're very like regional, like so like the different tiki bars will have their like exclusive mug. So a lot of times people will go on there and be like, hey, I'm going to Mai Kai in Florida, is anyone looking for any of their mugs? I can pick it up and ship it to you, so you're not having to do a whole trip or whatever. So it's a pretty cool bunch of tiki nerds out there.
Yeah, I have one of the tiki mugs from Golden Tiki.
Which one?
I don't remember. It was from like last summer.
Is it Golden Tiki?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't have any of theirs yet.
It was like a $40-$50 tiki glass.
Yeah, they did one that was so cool. It was like a skull. It was like a pirate skull, I think, and they only made like 25 or 50 of them, and they were like $150. Yeah, so
that's a fun place.
I was like, oh, come on, I couldn't do that. But Frank's Tiki Room, which is like literally a 3-minute drive from here, it's like right down the street on Charleston. They have like 11 tiki mugs that are generally in stock, and if you get a drink in it, it's like $39. If you don't get a drink in it, it's like $32. So just get a drink in it, because the drinks are like $16 probably on their own. But that's my favorite tiki bar in town. I guess there's really only like the 2. There's a couple other like kind of pseudo tiki bars popping up that I've been to that are cool, but like true tiki bars, it's Frank's Tiki Room and Golden Tiki.
Yeah,
Golden Tiki is like the Disneyland of bars.
Yeah.
That's such a fun place. Yeah, that's where we went with Tony Todd, to where they gave him a shrunken head.
Yeah, they have all kinds of little shrunken heads of all kinds of actors and musicians.
Yeah, it's a very fun place.
Fun.
Both places are very fun. So if you're looking for something off the strip to do while here in town, obviously come visit us.
Yeah.
But also go visit, Frank's Tiki Room or Golden Tiki.
Yeah, come shop at the store, and then hopefully whenever you get here, the restaurant will open. So then go get Trader Moth's Zombie right next door at Nightmare Cafe, and then go down the street to Frank's Tiki Room and get one of their Frankenstein drinks or a zombie. Their zombie's really good. And and then Uber, because at that point you're going to be very drunk, because one zombie will knock you out at Frank's. And then go to Golden Tiki, and then because that's literally what I like doing. I like going to Frank's first because it's more like quaint and chill, and it's really good for like conversation and just hanging out. The vibes are really cool in there, and then we'll Uber over to Golden Tiki, and it's like it's like the Disney.
Yeah, Golden Tiki gets very busy.
You know, So I'll get like a Dole Whip with some rum in it at Golden Tiki, you know, and like top the night off.
I don't want to go to the Tiki bar now that we're sitting here talking
Let's
about
go.
it.
What time is it go?
We're gonna go.
Philip will be
12:48. Yeah, just tell Philip to stay out there.
He'll be okay.
And we'll just
He'll be
go.
okay. We'll be fine.
We'll just go drinking.
Yeah. So
I think that Zach and Corey are actually out around doing research right now for the bar.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, because they're getting ready. Like they're making all these drinks. Right now I have a Google Doc open on my computer, and I have all these like drink name and drink ideas because I had to put down like the formula for my drink that I made last night. So I have all these different names for that. And anyway, so they're gonna come and visit in a second. I'm gonna give them that, but they're just going around to like check stuff out and see kind of what's going on in downtown bar
I'm gonna
area
have
and
the
all that. So
raspberry Nightmare Christie lemon drop.
all right, we'll make it happen.
Yep.
I did write on there we need some kind of lemon drop. We'll just call it the Nightmare Christie lemon drop.
Yep, Nightmare Christie.
Raspberry Nightmare Christie.
Yeah, because I'm gonna do raspberry because then it'll be kind of reddish.
Okay, cool.
Get it?
Yeah, I have some fun ideas on there, but I don't know which ones they're gonna say. Yeah, let's do it.
Only thing I drink. I don't drink anything else. Just lemon drops.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Just give me a beer and I'm happy.
Yeah, I always get them when we
You
go to
always get the
conventions.
lemon drop, yeah.
We go eat like on the Saturday night. I always get a drink.
Yeah.
Speaking of conventions, next weekend we're doing Midsummer Screen.
I'm so
Oh,
excited,
yeah.
even though Nick canceled.
Yeah, Nick Castle canceled.
I know. I'm very bummed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
My
That
wallet
was
is
the-
bummed.
that was a kick to the nuts for Dylan's wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still gonna make a few Myers masks, but not as many as I was going.
Yeah,
to.
I think with PJ being there and with James still being there, I think the masks will.
Oh
excited
yeah,
too.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
bring
make
some
Jeff
kills and
Daniel
maybe some 2018s, and I'll still bring a couple 78s. But the only reason why I'm saying that is because when we were at what was the last one?
Mad
called?
Monster.
Mad Monster. I brought 2 78s, like hoping that they'd sell, and they sold in an hour of the convention opening.
His
and I was
rehauled
like,
masks
I was
sold
like,
in an hour.
dang, I wish I brought 10 of those because
Yeah.
they were getting them. They were buying them to get
Signed.
signed by Nick Castle, and so I was like, light bulb, like any.
So we were all excited. Well, we can do it at Midsummer.
Yeah, Midsummer,
and
he'll be
then
there.
He canceled.
But
Oh.
I'll still have some there.
I'm bringing the Fright Rags Halloween figures.
Oh,
I thought it would
cool.
be a great idea because
To get signed,
2
you
of
mean?
them would be there, but no,
Yeah.
only PJ will be there now. But we're still going to bring them, so we have a few of those to sell if anybody was wanting the
Yeah.
Fright Rags.
Those came out
Halloween
really
figures.
cool.
Yeah, the figures came out really nice.
That's like I have this like H3 shrine right next to my TV, and there's like all this stuff H3, and on the walls and all that too. But then like the one Halloween thing that I have are those 3 figures on
there
the
you
wall
go.
too. So I do like Myers as well.
I do have
Just not
one.
as
I
much as
have
3.
one rehauled mask. A fan
Heck yeah.
gave to me.
Cool.
Gave it to me. It's very nice.
I don't give away shit. That's not true, actually. I've painted a lot of stuff for friends for free. That's not true.
Like how quick you said that's not true.
So you're going to be meeting Jeffrey?
Yeah, I like to meet Jeff.
I think
I haven't met him yet.
I think him and Daniel are going to have long lines now because of the monsters.
Yeah.
Especially since it was officially announced it's going to Netflix.
Right.
But then even just today it was announced that the Blu-ray and DVD are coming out like in September as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't see that part today.
Yeah.
How do we feel about it going on Netflix? How do y'all feel about it?
I figured it was either going Netflix or Peacock because of the company behind it, which I don't mind. It's not going to change the way a movie is made.
No.
So
I know some people just get ill about that kind of
No,
stuff.
I
though,
mean
you know.
Netflix has done a lot of really good movies. Well, I guess they haven't made it, but they purchased a lot of good movies.
Well, now we all don't have to travel to the movie theater to go watch it and stay home and watch it.
We can
on
just
Netflix.
close all the theaters. We don't need them ever again.
Oh, no, we don't want to do that.
No, I was saying.
Well, if
Do
we
we?
keep releasing movies
Well,
and
I mean,
streaming
yeah,
and thinking that it's
right.
good, then it's going to
Well,
happen.
this is true.
No, I mean for
going to the movies has changed a lot.
It's not going to the movies anymore.
No, but I mean, studios are also still going to keep theaters going for their big budget movies. I mean, I think it went to Netflix, and it's not bashing the movie, but the studio probably thought it wouldn't recoup its money. So, but again, companies, will already make these deals. So, like with Universal, they already have a deal in place with Netflix and with Peacock to where, it's, oh, hey, we have, Halloween Ends going into theaters, just so there's no, overlap or whatever, we'll just put this one on,
right.
Streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with it. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, no, it doesn't bother me. I mean, we're still going to watch it.
I'm more excited to actually watch that and just see what he does with that than I am Halloween Ends, so.
Yeah, that trailer just dropped yesterday. It's my entire Instagram feed now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like last night, literally last night, the moment it dropped, it was like everyone.
All they did was just show them still fighting, which I guess no, we don't want them to show too much. But I mean, it's just the same.
But see, I was okay with that because the Halloween Kills they showed way too much,
right.
Even with the first trailer. This one they didn't show anything, other than the two of them fighting.
But it's not getting me excited about it.
Well, you weren't excited about it from the get-go, so.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Sure wasn't.
So, although I did see Tots post about their products coming out in the fall.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure.
And they're doing Monster stuff too, besides the Halloween Ends.
Yeah, I saw they're doing the TV Monsters, but did they get Rob's Monsters?
Oh, that's right. They didn't. They're doing the TV Monsters.
I don't know what I'm allowed. I don't know what's been announced.
Well, they've already showed.
They showed the masks for the TV Monsters.
Yeah, it's the
I didn't know if there was because a lot of people have asked me about Black Phone. I'm like, technically, I don't know if Tots can do Black Phone because it's Tom Savini's.
Why not? What's that doing with anything?
Because if I'm Savini, I would want to keep it for myself, and just make a few like he does with his Leatherface masks and charge like $100, $200 per mask.
He can still do that though, and he can make money off of the mass-produced stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Justin sells. I mean, they sell the $60 mask, but he'll still sell a Myers mask for $400 or whatever, $400. Like, you could still sell it. They'll just make money both ways.
I didn't know, you figured they would already announce something if they were going to do it.
Well, NECA announced figures, the little 3-pack figure.
For Black Phone?
Black Phone?
For Monsters.
Oh yeah, no. But, I mean, because a lot of people want the masks from Black Phone, which they're very cool masks, but I don't know.
Roman's going to make one. Yeah, he's been
Is he making one?
Sculpting
yeah,
one,
for his cosplay. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's just, I don't know. I mean, I guess never say never, but I would figure Tom would want to keep it for himself. With how popular...
He might not even... I don't know. Is he a producer on the movie? He might not
Savini,
own that at all.
He
just because he made it doesn't mean he owns it. The rights to it.
I don't know.
When you do that stuff for a movie, you can't even take it home half the time.
The movie was Blumhouse.
Yeah.
So I don't know, however their
but also
deal was.
He sells Jason face masks too. He doesn't have the rights, so you can make whatever you want, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie?
Black Phone, no.
Yeah,
I've heard really good things though.
Yeah.
I've only heard that people liked it. I haven't heard anyone say that they didn't like it. I heard a lot of people compared it to Prisoners, which is, I really love that movie.
Oh, I hadn't seen that.
So I don't know if it would either make me mad or make me like it. I don't know how close it is because I haven't seen it, but I've seen a few people say that it's similar to Prisoners.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie.
Prisoners is so good. You should watch Prisoners.
Okay, I'll watch Prisoners.
She won't watch it.
Why?
Because it's
she will
2.5 hours long.
She will if you make it the movie for next week.
Long.
It's 2.5 hours long. She doesn't do long movies.
Make it the movie for next week. We'll just start doing scary thrillers instead of horror.
That's the one thing if you're going to recommend a movie to Christy, it cannot be foreign and it cannot be past 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Well, this is slightly foreign, but it's in English and it's only 90 minutes.
Australian.
So.
Yeah, Australian is one thing. Although some of the Australian movies you need subtitles.
Some of them, yeah.
Because
really
you can't
Australian
understand
movies.
them because they talk too fast.
Yeah.
Someone sent me the alternate ending to this, and it was in a whole other language. So I don't know what was being said. I just had to watch to see what was different.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything was different being said, like, because it was in a different
And it's
language.
funny because, again, because we don't want to say too much about the ending, but we talked about it before, and I hadn't seen the alternate ending, but what you told me about it was more similar to how it is in the book. But again, it's like, it's just one of those changes that I thought they made the right decision, you know, like for the movie. I liked it. Like, it's like, oh, okay, like I'm glad that that wasn't the real ending, because it's kind of cooler without it. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to. I'm interested to see if people who haven't seen this movie like it or not.
Well, everybody that commented when I posted it said they loved the movie, so we'll see.
Good.
So go watch it.
Yeah, so then
Buy a Tiki mug.
come visit our booth at
Come visit our booth.
Midsummer Scream.
Yes.
I'll be walking around the floor because I have a lot of musicians to meet, which is weird for a convention.
Kirk Hammett ain't doing anything.
He's doing a panel.
He's doing a panel.
I know, but I was hoping to, go up to a table and get an autograph or something, but he's not doing
No,
that.
I'm excited to meet all the composers, and then hopefully I'll be able to see Greg Nicotero.
Yeah,
Because he's going to, although I found out he's only there Friday and Saturday now, so he's going to have to be like my first person to see on Saturday.
Does he have a table, or is he just doing panels, though?
No, he's at a table. I don't remember who it is, though.
Yeah, with him, I mean, I guess I've never been to Midsummer Scream, so I don't really know the vibe of it. But like at like Monsterpalooza, like you're almost bound to just run into him. He's just always walking around and checking everything out. But again, Monsterpalooza is kind of more like a industry, like monster maker type show, you know. So like those kinds of people want to walk around and see everything. I don't really know the vibe of Midsummer Scream yet. I don't know if it's like that or not. So he might not be walking around as much, but if you go to Monsterpalooza, you'll probably run into him on accident.
Because they said he was going to be at the physical booth.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't remember which booth it was or what number it was.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, so, but I know we have our booth next to my buddies at Monster Teas, so I'm excited for that.
It'll be me, you, and Philip.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna be at the booth at all, or no?
Probably Sunday. Saturday I'm walking around the floor.
Okay.
And then Sunday I'm sure you and Liz will be walking around the floor.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
And then me and Dylan will probably be at Wild Bill's soda.
Oh, is it?
Is there?
Oh shit!
Oh no!
So
You just
bring
got
your
Dylan
cup.
real
Got my
excited
mug.
now.
Wait,
bring that mug, buddy.
that's the most exciting thing I've heard so far about Midsummer. And that's only because it's so cool, not because I'm not excited. I am excited for Midsummer.
What was it? Was it Cult Classic they were at? Where were they at?
It was
Creepy
Creepy Con. That's what it was.
Yeah. I think they're on like the West Coast, so they only do like the West Coast shows.
Okay. I couldn't remember. Sometimes these conventions run together for me.
Oh no,
That's exciting.
I may have to. I think I'm gonna, up and get that mug, that $65 mug. I think I'm gonna.
Really?
Yeah, I'm still gonna bring my cup, but
yeah.
I mean, I figured the mug will,
Because if you bring the mug, then it's just $5 to get a wristband for the whole weekend.
Yeah,
that's what they said last time, anyways. So it's
I know, but I want something bigger.
It's not me. I want to pay $5 for soda all weekend. That's what I want. Really good soda.
Yeah, really good. Oh, the root beer, so amazing.
Yeah, and the orange cream.
Y'all are about that creamsicle.
Oh, it was so good.
It's good. I'm gonna stop eating now.
So
that I can be fine with the amount of sugar intake for that weekend.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to be all fidgety.
Oh my god, how funny.
One of the days, because I wasn't sleeping. Oh yeah, because it was that one day, because that was the show where I was gone till like 4 a.m. one night, and then the next day I was just drinking soda, and so I got pretty like jittery and like I felt like shit.
I remember that.
Because I wasn't sleeping or eating, but I was drinking a lot of sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed anytime that he's around Justin, he's just gone.
Oh, I know.
He's just gone. We'll see him like, what time did you get back? 4 a.m. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Yep. It was like that at Bad Monster too.
Yeah.
What time did you get back? 4 a.m. He went to go see Justin.
Yeah. Stays up late.
I love
fun.
Justin. He's fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited for Wild Bill's root beer.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's the best news I've heard all day.
I mean, there's a million vendors there. Like,
right.
I don't even know
buy
who.
This time.
Like, I don't even know who any of them are. But I'm gonna, at least see all the booths, and then probably buy nothing. But I'll at least look at them.
I know Paul Bear is gonna be there.
Okay,
sure.
I might buy a shirt from Paul Bear.
Yeah, I usually try to get something from him, because he's always got cool stuff.
Yeah,
cool
I was like, I'll buy a shirt from him. Then get a shirt from Eric at Monster Tees.
Well, he's bringing in an exclusive shirt, right?
So,
but I thought
he's releasing the shirt. Actually, it's probably out now as you're watching
that's
this.
That's what I was wondering, because I thought I seen something.
Yeah, so he decided to release it early. I'm like, all right.
Well, as long as he's got sizes for the show.
Yeah, I'm sure he has stuff packed away.
Because that's a cool one.
It is a cool one, and
because I want that.
And I'm like, just give me the shirt.
But I wanted to get it at the show.
Yeah, he'll have it there. I'm sure I'll just shoot him a message, but hey, just have our shirts on standby.
Yeah. And speaking of Paul Bearer, I always kind of hint at this thing that we're doing, but we're really close to that being.
Are you close? Are you close?
Yeah. It's a mask. So all the masks are made, and they just need to be painted. And I highly doubt I'll be able to finish all of them by midsummer. But if I do, I'm going to bring them and give them to him there. And then finally, the ball's in his court to finish the project.
Oh, was that video that you guys had put out over the weekend?
Oh yeah. If you actually give a shit and you're paying attention, you can figure out what it is. But I kind of want to keep it slightly secret, just until. Because what's going to be really cool about it is not just the mask, but the way that we're going to present it and all that stuff in collaboration with Craig. So I want to kind of drop, the whole thing and actually release it, when it's all put together.
So cool.
But it's going to be fun.
I already know.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
I can't wait to see what he does with it, though, because that's what I'm so excited about is his stuff. So anyways.
Is that it? Anything else? What else is
going
on?
Any shout outs for podcasts?
Who are we shouting out?
I'll shout out my friend Jax at Here for the Booze. She started her own podcast where she just gives like her views on like movies. Like she started out with Hitchcock, and then she's kind of like gone along, Scream and like stuff that she enjoys. So
it's just her talking.
Yeah, it's literally just her. And they're not long. They're most of the time they're like 25-minute episodes or something. But it's good like hearing fresh takes on something, because you might learn something new.
Yeah.
With podcasts. So
what's it called again?
Here for the Booze.
Here for the
I follow
Booze.
her too.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. We're just saying other podcasts?
Whoever.
Yeah, whoever.
Oh. Well, there's Bo's podcast, Hops and Horror.
Oh yes.
And yeah, it's like him and his friend, and they drink beer and talk about horror movies. So he's a cool guy. Yeah. You're like, oh, I like doing those things.
I like doing those things.
I like beer and horror movies.
Beer and horror movies.
All right, now you gotta say someone. Put you on the spot.
Did we mention Jimmy from Tennessee Horror News? Have we mentioned him?
We have, but we could always mention him again.
Jimmy from Tennessee Horror News.
Hey Timmy.
Hey buddy.
I don't watch many podcasts. Sorry, y'all.
Well, I guess that'll about do it. Unless you have anything else.
Nope, I think that's it.
All right. Go watch Fortress. Send me money to make it. See you next week. Nightmare Toast Podcast. Bye.